Oh, what's up?
Hello.
Oh, I've dropped my phone. Back for
Okay.
new podcast, episode 135.
Yeah, I wonder if anyone saw. The game we're going to talk about today. I streamed on the last 3 Thursdays. I streamed it.
It was a game we originally saw. When was it? Like Summer Game Fest 2024?
Mm-hmm.
And we thought it was going to be a more like Little Nightmares experience, like an above view. Just go watch a trailer if you're interested in what it looks like. But we thought it was going to be more like a Little Nightmares experience, kind of like above view, but it was first person, which is interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if they. I don't think they showed gameplay.
No, it was more of a story trailer, I think.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of things we want to talk about before we get into the game. Not much though. But you started Expedition 33.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's actually it's crazy.
Probably game of the year for me.
And then what is it? Borderlands director. Okay, so there's I don't know if you've heard about the controversy right now with the Borderlands director is trying to get he's trying to push for an $80 game for Borderlands 4 in September, and people are not liking that at all. Obviously, because $80 is a lot for a game. But he literally said he's like yeah, if we do do $80, then even though it's a bad number, that people will still find ways to pay for it.
Terrible.
It's like the Diablo Immortal thing where it's like once people found out that it was literally just a straight up mobile game, the people on the stage, they were actually getting booed. It was hilarious. But the people on the stage were like, "Don't you all have phones?" It's like really embarrassing, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, we could probably save those for camp chats or whatever.
What? Those things?
Like the little couple things, yeah.
I mean, it's just a couple quick things I just wanted to mention, but
back to the main game. Probably the main pull of this game, or like the main like the most attractive thing about it was the graphical style. Which is it's like low frame rate claymation.
But it's also high frame rate at the same time, which is weird.
Well, I think it's that the characters are low frame rate, right?
Yeah, the models, the animations for the characters.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying like the game runs like amazing, but the character movement is low frame rate. I guess they probably stop motioned it. And then
they did stop motion it. I was watching a video on it, and they actually have the little figurines.
That's so cool.
It's actually awesome.
Yeah,
they Wallace and Gromit it.
Yeah. Yeah, so the graphical style is probably the coolest thing about this game. I don't know of any other game that looks like this does.
Yeah, there's no other game.
But also
there's like stop motion.
There was that one
games.
that we played, the free one. Do you remember that?
The claymation one. It was it was the one with the.
It was just clay, I guess.
It was just clay.
Yeah.
And they had like scanned the clay in.
Did you see fingerprints?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't that cool?
Yeah. I think I noticed it on. I'm not gonna say for spoiler's sake, but like I think it was like halfway through the game, when you go up close to like the dancing people. That I noticed there was like a lot of like fingerprints on it.
Yeah.
I thought it was sick.
So cool.
Yeah. I like how they leave that stuff in.
Yeah. Think of like, in terms of the graphical style, think of like Paranorman, Frankenweenie, and the Tim Burton type stuff, like Nightmare Before Christmas. Very much Nightmare Before Christmas vibe type. But I mean, it's not a Christmas or a holiday game, but it's got that vibe to it.
But like it was kind of confusing me sometimes. Like when I was running around, it was like super smooth, and then you see in the distance, and then there's like this, like 12 frames per second thing in the distance.
Yeah,
and it was just like
it was a weird blend.
It was weird, but it was like it worked.
Yeah, but it's unique though. Like you don't see that anywhere else. So that was crazy. That was cool.
Yeah, all the unique characters in the game.
Yeah,
there's so many. Like
the Two-Face.
Yeah, the Two-Face person that always showed up. Then there was the guy by the campfire.
He was cool. I liked him.
Yeah, he was cool.
Was he
the narrator? Or no, the narrator was different.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a narrator that's basically narrating the story.
Yeah, there's 6 chapters in total, and then before you get to each, or as you get to the new chapter, there's like a storyteller narrator that tells you a little bit about like
where you're heading.
Yeah, it's cool. There's also Pot Boy, which is the guy on the cover, the little pot. You don't.
It's so funny when you feed him the coal.
Yeah,
he's just like chewing it. I don't know.
He's not the main character, but he's like your companion throughout the game.
Yeah.
But you kind of play an unnamed person.
What do they call you? The burnt one, the burned one.
Yeah,
something like that.
So
I don't entirely know. I mean, obviously, like there's the ending section of it, but we're gonna get to that later.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to know the backstory behind why he's called that.
Yeah. I don't know. I tried to look up some videos on YouTube, but I couldn't find any lore explanation videos.
Yeah. I mean, the game is relatively new, so people are probably researching it now.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'm very curious to see, like, where things go.
Yeah.
Like, if they ever like think about doing another game in the universe.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if they will.
Yeah. I mean, it'd have to be like the ending was pretty. There was like a resolution to it, so, but they could. I mean, maybe a different world.
Yeah.
Or something. But I think they should still make games like this with the claymation.
Wasn't there a game? What is it? A game series that every game was a different type of game. You know what I mean? There was like let's say there's I know there's a single game with multiple different game types within it. Like what is it called?
A card game?
No, I mean that, yes, but that's a little separate. It was the whole thing with was a card game, but it was different versions of card games.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm referring to is like there were like 2 of them. But like when you first start out, it's like 8-bit Game Boy.
Mm-hmm.
And as you progress, it like becomes more and more like new. Mm. Like you start out with a Game Boy, and then all of a sudden you get an item, and then the item turns the game into a Game Boy Color. Mm. And then you keep going, and then eventually it turns into a 3D game, and then the 3D game turns into a behind the back game, and then it's just like I don't know, it's a really cool idea. They could do something like that where the next game is a Little Nightmares type of game in the same universe, but with the same animation.
Still claymation.
Yeah.
Oh, but like a different perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I honestly think a Little Nightmares type would work really well with this type of game. Cause
we were a little disappointed when we found out it was first person.
Yeah, I mean it's fine, but I think it like the vibe and the type of game would work so much better if it were set up like Little Nightmares.
Or even like The Last Campfire. Like that type of experience, like that, having a world built like that is just like.
Did you beat that?
I did. It's so good.
Do you know? I don't even know anything about these developers. This is probably their first game. Well, maybe
that I don't know. I'm not sure. I would assume it is.
But I guess so. Like story wise, I don't know how to summarize it without getting into spoilers.
Well, the world is in darkness, and fire is basically the main source of like life in the world. Mm-hmm. And since all these different places are basically like losing their flames, the world is basically dying. Mm-hmm. And so your goal and Potboy's goal is to find a way to fix that.
Yeah.
And to save the world. Yeah,
there are like matches around the world that you use, but that's kind of like their only source of light. But I don't know, there's also like an obsession with flames or something. I guess it's just light in general.
Mm-hmm. But there was one thing that I kind of didn't think they needed to put in the game.
What?
The gun.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, that was so useless. Mm-hmm. Like over like the 2 or 3 times you actually needed to use it, you couldn't even kill anything with it.
I know.
Which actually we didn't mention this, but it's actually a horror game.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
It wasn't like super scary. There were certain sections that were kind of creepy.
It's more so like hide in this cabinet or hide in this hole I don't know. I ran into a couple issues with the AI
Yeah.
that were pretty annoying. I mean, you can even go back on. I think it was the first stream that I did. There was like I was just getting destroyed, but yeah, you couldn't use the gun to defend yourself. It was more so just shooting.
It was
like
just
matches.
shooting. It was like those one specific candles that
Mhm.
you had to light that had like that circle background to it.
It was like Nobodyville that you use that, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think you use it once later on, but it was pretty useless.
I'm trying to think of like, okay, so yeah, there's also something cool. So, all right, so the story is it's told by a narrator. One is the first thing. It's also told by the characters that you interact with. But then it's I was gonna say it's also told by these like weird little speaker shells that you pick up.
Oh yeah.
So you pick them up and then you hear an echo, or like a memory almost of someone speaking on the other end, and then kind of like giving you little pieces of the story of what happened to this world, why it's in darkness, or like just randomly like their thoughts or like what's going on with them. So I thought that was pretty cool.
the little they had to throw in the little collectibles too.
Yeah.
That gave you more information on those specific things.
Oh, you're talking the reels, the movie reels?
Well, there's the reels, but there's also the actual collectibles you can get of the enemies and the people.
Yeah.
And if you actually read about the specific things that you find,
I think
which is
most of
I didn't really read them, but
yeah.
it was pretty cool that they added that stuff.
Did you ever read, or did you ever watch the whole little movie reel thing completely?
In that whole section?
There was 15 movie reels that you can collect.
No,
Film
I didn't.
reels.
I didn't watch all of them.
It's pretty cool. I watched it afterwards on YouTube because I didn't get all of them. I think I missed a couple.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a cool little story.
I thought you were referring to that whole sequence where you gotta like light the. It was like the story about the princess or whatever, something like that. But
Yeah. Let's see.
Before we get into the actual like spoilers, there's the game info too. The length of the game was actually really short.
Oh yeah. 3 to 5 hours ish.
Yeah, 3 to 5. I had net limiter on,
Yeah.
so you could stream it yesterday. So I don't know how many hours I have in total, but it was probably like 3.
Yeah, I think it's. Well, I had like a 1.5 hour stream the first time, then I had like a 2 hour stream the next time, and then I had like a 40-minute stream yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But how much do you pay for it? Because I used it off of your library.
I got it on sale for I think $30.
Okay.
But honestly, I think it's like completely worth it because, I mean, just like the experience is really unique. The story is really, I don't know. I like that type of stuff. Like
the art style is very cool.
Yeah, I love the Tim Burton type, storytelling. So, and then the art style, like I can't imagine how many hours it took them to create the game.
Although
Just, like,
there was the one issue where the game didn't include ultrawide support.
Yeah.
Like natively. I mean, there was a mod you could get that lets you do it, but that's not really that big of a deal.
No,
I played through it without ultrawide and it was fine.
I didn't even notice it until you told me afterwards. Because I looked at the stream and it was
The black bars.
Yeah, it was not ultra wide. So, but what else? Easy.
Yeah, the difficulty of the game is pretty simple.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed the portions where I didn't have to avoid enemies.
Yeah.
Like I liked listening to the story and learning more about the world more so, but I also know that, I mean, you can't just it would be a walking simulator if it didn't have those.
I mean, to be fair though, I honestly wouldn't care if it was a walking simulator.
Well, I think maybe more the puzzles, if they added more puzzles.
Yes.
Wasn't really that many puzzles, like a couple.
The ones that were there were relatively easy.
Mhm.
Like you can complete the puzzles in like 10 minutes or less.
Yeah, that would have been great if there's a little bit more of the puzzle. Keep the creepy factor.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't really care for like the running and hiding. And
There was that one puzzle with the matches where you had to get the story correct.
Oh yeah.
That one was kind of cool. It did stump me because I didn't realize you were supposed to like
me too.
look for the symbols on the thing. But
Oh, I didn't know about the symbols. I just listened to the story and tried to piece it together.
Oh wait, really?
Well, I listened to it in order.
Did you get the piece of paper? There was a piece of paper before that literally has 5 different symbols, and that was the order you were supposed to put them in.
Mm.
And I didn't realize that you were supposed to look for those specific symbols on the murals.
You're talking the one where you light it and then it tells you the part of the story?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I just listened to it and then I did it like in order.
Oh, that would have actually been better. I wish I didn't get that paper.
You wish you did or didn't?
I wish I didn't get the paper.
Yeah, that's
it
what
was
I
too
did.
easy with the paper.
Yeah, that's I just did it based on just like piecing the story together.
Yeah, that's cool.
But we talked about puzzles, and then I guess we can get into the spoiler portion.
Yeah.
So
you want to throw up the spoiler banner if you can,
Jack? I'll wait for that. I think it's up. I don't know.
I hope it is. They're in the other room, so it's kind of hard to hear them. But
I'm trying to think.
we can just start from the beginning and kind of work our way through.
Yeah. So so we've established that the world that they're in, this claymation world, is in darkness. As far as I know, you don't know who the creator is, but people in the world constantly talk about their creator. Yeah. They say like our creator, they created me, and like I don't know. It's like
I wonder if it's like a kind of like a mini world, and the creators are technically the developers type of situation.
Oh yeah,
because they're made out of clay.
Yeah.
So I'm curious if that's the reason.
There's also a lot of themes that throughout the game where I don't know exactly what they were going for, but basically the creator would create and then he wouldn't like love his creations, and he would just kind of like move on. And that's also reflected in one of the sections in the town. That creator who didn't see the people until his heart was like reignited or whatever. Oh. So yeah, there's this creator and you don't see him, you don't really know what it is. And then I guess the main antagonist is the darkness, but not really.
The darkness was just I think that was just a side effect of
because the darkness
of the fire going away.
You see darkness and it has like these eyes, and it's
I'm pretty sure there isn't there no bad guy technically?
Not really.
Because there's like a ton of enemies that you have to like basically go and hide from or run away from. But those aren't necessarily bad. They're just like looking for something or needing to do something.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's necessarily a bad guy in the game.
The story about the the grinners or whatever you call them.
The grinners? Are you talking about the statue guys with the opening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's this enemy type that was really, really...
I thought he was the creepiest.
Yeah. They have like 8 legs, and they're kind of like an egg looking thing, and they're initially sitting there, but then when you get close to them and they notice you're there, they'll stand up slowly and slowly start to open up. But once they open up, their face is like a smiley face, and then that's when they're like super fast. So, but there was like a little story about them that I think I heard through Rochelle. Something about the creator was making them, and then like they had like a smile or something to show him. I don't know. It was weird. It was like the smile on their face was a permanent reminder of something. Like I don't know. It was weird. But it's just like all these like all these little story bits and pieces about the creator that you never get to see or really like.
I didn't really hear about the creator that much.
Really?
Maybe I just didn't really focus too much.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have, but
I was trying to
I was trying to get it done really quickly yesterday, so I think that's partially why.
Yeah. The well, let's see. So okay, so there's the Nobodyville. So this is cool. So there's the Nobodyville and the Mulgrims, but the Nobodyville, there was these. I guess they're like this group of people who were warring with each other and the Mulgrims. They
didn't war with each other at first, I think.
Yeah.
I think how did it start? It was they were fighting over the fire actually. I think they were fighting over some sort of flame. And then what is it? The humans technically won the battle, and they basically hunted those Mulgrims to extinction.
The Mulgrims are like these giant bird creatures.
Yeah, I don't even know what they are.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the furnace thing that the Mulgrim had that you activated was the thing they were fighting over.
Oh.
And I think that last Mogrim had the last thing that kept but basically the humans it's so weird. There's a reason they're called the Headless is the humans didn't want because it made them too powerful. They didn't want them to start like messing with other people and then getting the power to their heads. So they literally just started cutting their heads off.
Yeah.
It was called the Great Beheading. It was like so weird.
Sure, they're all these like headless little people. They're just heads, and the bodies were alive too. They're just off.
Yeah, you find bodies that are headless. They're just like walking around.
Mm-hmm.
It's so random. But
yeah, there's like a Nobodyville council.
But I like how it's just called no body. Like no body.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then if a person had a body, you'd be called a somebody.
Yeah, they were like prejudice against you.
Yeah, it was awesome.
But that was like a really, I don't know. I think that's when the turnaround point happened for me. Because at first I was like, oh, this looks really cool, but I was having issues with AI and it was really like, annoying me. But then after that point, I was like, oh, this is a really unique game.
I did get sick of the paper mache enemy. Like the first one you start fighting, like you fight them throughout the entire game.
Crawling one? Yeah.
The crawling paper mache
where you like
dudes.
light up the thing and
then it goes to it and then eats the flame. Yeah. I wasn't a huge fan of that one, but all the other ones I was fine with.
The other story that I think maybe was my favorite, I think this one's probably my favorite, was the giant the town.
The Craftsman.
Was it the Craftsman?
Yeah, it's the Craftsman's heart, and then the statue monsters, which are the things you mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was cool.
What was that one? The Craftsman?
The Craftsman's heart. Yeah, the one where you need to light his heart.
Oh, I wasn't actually talking about that one. That one's cool.
Wait, which one are you referring to?
I'm talking about the
Ghost?
Coalhaven.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I think was my favorite.
Yeah.
So with Coalhaven,
I like the headless one though. I think the headless one is my favorite. Yeah.
With
the most interesting.
With the Coalhaven, I mean the goal of the game is that you're on the midnight walk and you're walking through the center of like this world and you go to these different towns. Coalhaven was like this town that's now everyone's pretty much dead, but you find pieces of the story in which there was this girl who lost her parents, and because the town burnt down their house and killed her parents because she was taking matches, and the town needed the matches, so she kept taking them and stealing them, and because they were like a mini son to her, like a son, like the actual son, and then they ended up killing her too. Like I think they fed her to the giant furnace.
Mm-hmm.
But she's a ghost. But it's kind of cool because like you get to talk to all the ghosts of this town and they're all regretting the fact that they did that to that family. I don't know, it was really cool. Like I really like that.
Yeah, the whole ending sequence where you like the ghost is like we didn't mention the really cool like closing your eyes mechanic.
Oh yeah.
So basically like whenever you see like a glowing eyeball somewhere, you can close your eyes and you open your eyes to something different. So like if like a wall has a glowing eye on it, you close it and then you open it and the wall is gone and you can progress. Or like in this case the ghost enemy in this area, which is technically the girl, has like a red eye on her, and if she runs towards you, you can close your eyes and she goes away. Mm-hmm. I know I really like that mechanic. It was really cool mechanic.
Yeah, that part was actually pretty creepy.
Yeah, and it wasn't annoying too. It was like I enjoyed that. I mean, I wouldn't say combat, but like chase sequence sections better than all the other ones.
Yeah, that was cool. I guess the bigger part of the story that we haven't mentioned was the fact that this whole journey through the Midnight Walk was to get to what's called Moon Mountain, which is a really cool like set piece, but just giant mountain at the top, there's the moon. And so that's the whole goal, is to get to Moon Mountain. You traverse and have this adventure there.
And at the beginning of the game, you found Pot Boy, who I think it's in the Coalhaven section, right? So Pot Boy is like this little pot that you have to keep lit, basically. And there's like these certain sections where you're running across the mountain, and you have to time it correctly, or else Pot Boy will freeze to death. And then you got to relight him if he freezes. But he's with you basically the entire game.
And I think he's the last of them, of the Pop Boys.
Yeah.
Which I think they were created for the goal of reigniting the sun. Because you see remnants of past Pop Boys that are like gone.
Oh, like dead ones where
Yeah.
he just goes up to them. He's kind of crying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he's the last one left.
Actually, wait. Like before you basically head up to Moon Mountain, is that another piece of another pot, or was that his head that he loses?
I don't know. So that was after he burnt down Halsey.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So there's another like quote unquote character that you meet in the game, but it's basically this house that I guess stood up on his own. Given the story that you find out later in the game, but he stood up on his own and he follows you, and you can go inside, and that's where all your collectibles are. You can light a fire, you can watch a movie.
There's even like progression with it too. Like you have to get him into a couple times, get into him a couple times, and he takes you places.
It's actually really, really like I don't know, I thought that was kind of funny.
It felt safe in there.
Yeah, it did.
It's just safe and cozy.
I guess those are kind of like your primary characters: is Pop Boy and Halsey. And
your main character, yeah.
But
you only ever see his arm, his right arm.
Yeah.
Your main character. Mm-hmm. Like when you point, he does like a weird point like this, but it's in the animation style of the claymation.
Low frame rate.
So you see his like low frame rate arm like point to something. It's kind of cool.
And then the ending of the game, there's two. I guess there's two endings, but you get to Moon Mountain. Moon Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
You get to Moon Mountain, and then you get inside the moon, on top of the mountain, and you tell Pop Boy to reignite this like star, I guess the sun for that world, and he starts to do it. Then you have the choice of either having him continue to reignite the sun or to stop. So.
And then I think we both chose to reignite it, which basically reignites the sun, and then the darkness goes away, basically, and it pans out, and it shows like all the different people's perspectives on seeing the sun, and I don't know what happens to the enemies that are like the blind ones, the blind enemies.
They don't disappear. It looked like they were just kind of like scared of the sun, or like they kind of like crouched down.
So there's not going to be like crawling around eating people, whatever. I don't entirely understand, because like. There's the darkness, right? And it, like, why are those things there in the first place? I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are they like remnants of old like an old civilization?
Maybe. Or
like what happened to those?
Well, yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, so you reignite the sun, and then essentially the character that you play the whole game, as well as Pop Boy and Halsey, like all get obliterated in the sun.
Yeah.
But
that was you knew going into it that you might not survive it, or at least Pop Boy wasn't going to.
Yeah.
But
so it's kind of like a sad ending, but also good, because now the world has sun and light.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I'll explain. So the other ending, which is like the bad one, I guess, is if you tell Pop Boy to stop, and in that case, you Pop Boy and Halsey walk down the mountain and walk down Midnight Walk and just continue your lives in this dark world.
Okay, so it's either they sacrifice themselves or just leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it's the same outro.
Oh, wait, it's the same?
It's basically the same outro, but like the expressions of the people are different, and it's not the sun, it's the moon still. And then the guy with the banjo still says the same thing.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, I have to. I want to look into more lore about it, because it is really like an interesting story of like why this world is there, who's the creator, what happened to the sun. I think they were trying to harness it, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but
I feel like it would be a great movie.
Yeah, it would.
It would be like one of those like cool movies that you'd kind of just I don't know, watch during like Halloween or something.
Yeah, that would be a good movie. Yeah, it's very, very, very much like Paranorman and all those.
Nightmare Before Christmas and stuff like that.
That would be a good movie. They should like license
it. It would
that.
be perfect.
Yeah. But good game, super unique. Definitely nothing like I've ever played before.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. The closest things we're probably going to get to that in game form is probably Little Nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
Which Little Nightmares 3 and Reanimal are supposedly coming out this year. So
Little Nightmares 3, different development studio.
It is super massive. They're the people who did the anthology games.
But not the originals.
The original creators are making another game called Reanimal.
Yeah.
Which I think Reanimal looks better.
Yeah.
But apparently Little Nightmares 3 is going to be co-op.
Continuation? Or, well, actually.
It is a continuation, but it's different characters.
Yeah. That'll be interesting. So, all right. Well, that's it for the Midnight Walk. Definitely. I think I would recommend it.
Yeah.
I think $30 is definitely worth it.
And especially if you go for like all the collectibles and stuff. Like if you actually take your time, listen to all the different like shell phones or whatever, and then get all the collectibles, yeah, it would definitely be worth it.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll probably do a podcast next week. I'm not sure what's going to be on.
Yeah. It just depends on what it is. Maybe we'll have some other people on the podcast next week.
Yeah. That would be cool.
So, yeah, we'll figure it out.
All right. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
Yep, see ya.